Obophiles! Today we're gonna try out some new oboes. I got a box, healthy box of oboes here. Just got in the mail, and we're gonna try out a Tiery and a Fossati oboe, which is the same maker, Fossati in Paris. So I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and pull these oboes out. So just get rid of that bubble wrap for safety. And this is the Fossati MB model. With a cool little case is everybody. Probably close that there. Oh, we got some swabs, polishing stuff. Close that up. And then we got this must be the Tiery E30 model, which is, well, we'll talk about it in a minute. But first, let's go ahead and clean up this mess and get rid of this box. Alright, now that we got that box out of the way, let's go ahead and check out these oboes. Let's check out the Tiery model first, because it is the lower caliber of the models of these oboes, and then we'll check out that MB, which is more the professional model. Alright, so we got this case going on here, which I'm struggling with. Okay, here we go. So again, we got the front pocket, which is where you can keep all of your accessories, reeds. It's really big. It's got a strap for your case, swab, and polishing cloth. So that's nice. Fossati logos on everything, of course. And it's a lot bigger than the Lorraine cases, which is okay. It's not as padded, but it's definitely not as big as the Haworth cases with other secret compartments. The case itself has this nice spongy handle, so that's kind of cool. It's got that like kind of schoolboy look to it, so you know, charming. And then the zipper is open all the way. Great. So the oboe is super shiny. That's great. It's wood. This one's grenadella. And most of the intermediate oboes have a synthetic top joint. This one looks like it has a wood top joint, so that's awesome. It's got these Velcro straps, I guess, for keeping the oboe in case you accidentally flip the case open without meaning to. So I guess that must be like one of the features of the student line oboes. This oboe actually has all of the keys of the full conservatory model. So it's got the split D, resonance key, left F, gelée key, which I actually don't use, but some people use. And we got tenon corks with caps on here. These caps look like they feel plastic, so they're not wood. But let's go ahead and put it together. Oh, sorry, before we put it together, there's also a screwdriver in here, which is kind of cool. I think that's like a Fossati thing to do for these gray, very industrial looking screwdrivers. And of course the reed case and a little slot for your cork grease. Which I cannot, oh, it comes with cork grease. That's awesome, you don't need to fill it yourself. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the bell together. And again, this has the full conservatory model in it, or on it. So you've got B flat with the B flat, I actually forget what it's called, helper, or I don't want to call it the B flat resonance key, but that's kind of what it does. And then the top joint, of course, has all the trill keys as well. So I'm going to put that together. And right away I can feel this oboe feels lighter than I'm used to. Even though it has all the key work, including the third octave key. Alright, should we try them out? I got a reed soaking back here. In the old reed elephant. So just, you know, gotta keep those reeds soaked up. So the first thing I'm noticing is that the keys are really tight to the oboe. There's not a lot of play in them, which is good for your, you know, it is a new oboe. So you don't want it to play too much. It does feel like I barely have to move to get the keys down. So it is like really efficient key work. So that's really cool. It might even be more efficient than the Lorraines and Haworths. I'm not super thrilled with the tone of the oboe. Maybe if I made a different reed for it, but it doesn't help a lot. You got to work really hard to get that round sound. The response is really good, but I've noticed even in the scale there's some pitch issues that I'm not super thrilled about. But let's play a little bit more. So if you guys go and see the video I made on how to play test an oboe, you'll kind of see kind of my thoughts on playtesting an oboe. I'm going to do some of those things without so much explanation in this video, but if you're interested in a little bit more detail on how to test out an oboe to see if you want to buy it, you can click on one of these corners. I'm not sure where it'll show up. But you can try that out. Alright, so lastly, the response to the oboe is really good. The pitch is not great for me. I feel like some of the notes are just kind of funny. I also feel like it's really hard to get to the truth of the note. The pitches are just kind of wide to me. I don't feel like I can really get into the core of the note. But that's the Tiery, maybe Tiery, I'm not sure, I don't really speak French. But maybe any of those francophones out there can correct me. But this is made by Fossati, and this is like their student line oboe. Even though this oboe has all of the mechanics of a professional oboe. So if you are looking for a less expensive oboe and maybe aren't ready for your final professional oboe going into college or trying to audition for orchestras, this might be a really great oboe for a middle school student who's really serious or an early high school student. The price for this oboe is between $3,000 and $4,000. So depending on the vendor, they'll charge about that much. And you can expect to find them for that. So that's really inexpensive for oboes. A lot of times you can expect to pay between $7,000 to $10,000. So being on the cheaper side of oboes, having all of the keys, this will get you through all of the repertoire, though you may not have the best time with the tone or, really finessing the pitches. But again, maybe making a reed specifically for this oboe would have a lot better results. All right, so let's check out the Fossati MB model. Alright, so let's check out this Fossati MB oboe. The case is pretty similar. You've got the front pocket where you can keep your goodies, reeds, tools, maybe a water cup. And it's really spacious in here. It's got a strap to kind of carry the oboe. And again, your Fossati polishing cloth and swab. So that's kind of cool. It's a little bit more elegant of a case and case cover than the student model Tiery's. And it's also got the fur lining on the inside, so that's awesome. That keeps your oboe nice and insulated, nice and fluffy. Ooh, it's like a rabbit. So that's kind of feels good. The Fossati has a lot more elegant case and it's spring loaded, so that's fun. I haven't seen that on the Luray cases. They're kind of more blocky. And it's really spongy in here. It's like a Tempur-Pedic mattress in here. I don't know if it'll keep... Oh, look, it does kind of keep my thumb a little bit. So maybe if you want to lay a bunch of these out and put some wine glasses, you can jump on them and see what happens. But this bell is awesome looking. The keywork on the Fossatis is elegant. Again, reed case and the cork grease well. And your screwdriver is right here. And they got these industrial looking screwdrivers again. The Luray screwdrivers are a little bit prettier, but these do the job, I'm sure. So the case isn't quite as snug as the Luray cases, a little bit more spacious. And I guess famously they have these like two balance points so it doesn't press on the keys as much. The tenon caps, they look like wood, but they're so light. I can't imagine that's actually the same Granadella wood. They're so light. I don't know. Okay, so let's put the oboe together. Put that back. And this has the same key work as the Fossati we just saw, the E30, but it looks a little bit more elegant. You can see like the bend there in the bell bridge key. Did you get it? Yeah. Cool.
Pointed.
Okay. A little curve action there. And then the top joint has this nice little crown that is unique to the MB model. Just nice little, elegant little lathe work there. Unique here is these screws, I guess, for adjusting. I know these can be a little bit of a hassle to adjust on the Lorrays. You got to really know what you're doing. But once you do, it's not too bad. These kind of shortcut you there, so you can kind of adjust these independently. On the Lorray, you have to balance them. It can be a little bit finicky. There's a lot more cork on these, so I guess I really have paid attention to the key work to make it really efficient. But let's see how it sounds. Okay, so this oboe feels a lot better than the E30 from Tiery or Tiery. I'm not sure how to say that again. But this Fossati really has the core of the note, which is what we were looking for. I don't know if it feels better than my Lorray, but it's definitely comparable to that. So this is definitely a professional oboe, and I would feel comfortable taking an audition on this oboe if I maybe made it out of reed for this oboe especially. I'm not quite sold on the pitch on this oboe either. The C, 1-in-1 C felt a little funny to me, but again, that could be just me making another reed for this oboe and maybe getting to know the Fossati brand a little bit more. The core of the sound is definitely there though. I'm not sure if the adjustments have anything to do with that. I don't know how the mechanics work on this oboe in specifics, but maybe that could also affect the pitch of specific notes. This oboe, I think, was kind of developed in concert with the needs of a Parisian oboe player. I want to say Michael Bennett. You guys can look that up. I'm sure there's some French explanation, or French pronunciation at least, that I'm messing up. But definitely look that up. This is the MB from Fossati. Let's play a few more things and call it a day. Instantly, I really do feel the difference in the key work. It really is a lot more comfortable to play on this oboe than I would even say on my Lorray, which is not new, but some of the key work is a little bit inefficient. This really has a really tighter mechanic. I did notice a little bit that 1-in-1 C gave me a little bit of trouble, and then at the top octave, it does sit up a little bit more than I'm used to, but that is kind of a feature of the Lorray, to not sit up as much. So definitely an oboe I could learn to love with a lot of work. It's definitely not an oboe for me right now, but it could be an oboe for another player. It's definitely a solid oboe that sits on the market right now that not a lot of people know about in my part of the world, which is Texas. This oboe again is about between $10,000 and $11,000 depending on the vendor. So about twice the price of the student model of Tiery, E30. This Fossati MB is not the most expensive of the Fossati oboes, but it's getting close. I think there's one more model of Fossati above that. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think you could play on a Fossati, or if you're a student, on a Tiery oboe? And do you think that that's a reasonable price? Would you be willing to pay that much to play on one of these oboes? Any opinions on the case are super welcome. If you'd like to know what the pieces were in the oboe trials, leave a comment below and kind of guess, and I'll answer any questions you have about that. Oh, I forgot to mention, we're having a contest right now. So if you leave a comment below and subscribe, you can follow the link in the description to enter to win a free reed. These reeds are made and sold on oboephiles.com. So if you're looking to buy some reeds and get some new reed sources in the mail, you can buy them on oboephiles.com. And if you don't want to pay for reeds, which I don't blame you, you can get some for free by entering the contest with subscribing, commenting, and filling out that Google Doc. All right, I hope you guys have great oboes, and keep playing, keep singing, and good luck.